The sickening crunch of precision glass hitting concrete is a sound that will haunt me forever. I turned just in time to see my 9-year-old nephew, Leo, fumbling with my $6,000 camera rig before it slipped from his hands and face-planted onto the patio floor. It wasn't a bounce. It was a dead drop. The heavy front element of the Sony FE24 to 70mm f/2.8G master lens hit first. The impact was so violent that the lens had exploded, sending shards of black plastic skittering across the pavers. Then the camera body, the Sony a7S III, slammed down on top of the lens, driving the broken glass deeper into the barrel. Crunch. The sound was wet, grinding, and final. I stood there, a burger flipper in my hand, paralyzed. My brain couldn't process the image. That camera was my livelihood. I'm a freelance videographer. That rig paid my rent. That rig was booked for a wedding in 3 days. Leo stood over the wreckage. He looked at me, his eyes wide. "Oops," he said. He didn't look terrified. He looked mildly inconvenienced. He had been trying to take a selfie, holding the heavy camera at arm's length by the lens barrel, a recipe for disaster even for an adult, let alone a child with greasy hands. I dropped the spatula and ran over. I fell to my knees beside the camera. I picked it up. It rattled. The front element of the $2,500 lens was shattered. A spiderweb of cracks radiated from the center impact point. But it was worse than that. The impact had been so severe that the lens mount had warped. The lens was jammed onto the camera body at a sickening angle. The metal flange had ripped away from the chassis. The sensor. Oh God, the sensor. I could see through the gap where the mount had failed. Dust and glass shards had fallen directly onto the full-frame sensor. "Lao!" I shouted, my voice cracking. "What did you do?" Leo took a step back. "I wanted to make a vlog," he whined. "It's too heavy. You shouldn't make cameras so heavy." My sister, Amanda, walked out of the house, holding a glass of wine. She saw me on the ground. She saw Leo backing away. "What is going on?" she asked, her tone sharp. "Why are you yelling at him?" "He destroyed my camera," I whispered, holding up the twisted metal and broken glass. "Amanda, look at this." He dropped it on the concrete. Amanda walked over. She peered at the camera. She took a sip of wine. "Oh," she said. "Well, accidents happen. He's just a kid. He wanted to be like his uncle." Accidents. I stood up, the broken rig heavy in my hands. He took it off the tripod. I told him not to touch it. "This is $6,000 of equipment, Amanda. It's totaled." Amanda rolled her eyes. "6,000? Don't be dramatic. It's a camera. I bought one for Leo for Christmas and it was $50. Stop trying to make him feel bad. Look, he's about to cry." Leo wasn't crying. He was looking at his phone, probably checking if anyone saw him drop it. "This isn't a toy," I said, my hand shaking. "This is a cinema camera, and you are going to pay for it." "I am not paying for your toys," Amanda snapped. "If you bring expensive things around children, you assume the risk. Now put that away. You're ruining the party." She turned her back on me. I looked at the shattered lens. I looked at the warped body. She thought it was a toy. She thought I was bluffing. I wasn't going to put it away. I was going to put it in a box, take it to a repair shop, and get a quote that would wipe the smile right off her face. I tried to turn the zoom ring. It didn't glide smooth as silk like it did 10 minutes ago. It crunched. It felt like I was grinding coffee beans inside the lens barrel. "Don't force it." I whispered to myself, but the damage was done. The internal helicoids were crushed. The aperture blades were likely scattered inside the tube. I looked at the front element again. The spiderweb crack had a hole in the center where the glass had simply pulverized. "Stop picking at it," Amanda sighed, sipping her wine. "You're making it worse. Just tape over the crack. It'll give the photos a cool, vintage look. Isn't that what you hipsters like? Tape over it." I looked up at her, my vision blurring with rage. "Amanda, this is AG master lens. It's precision optics. You can't tape a shattered lens element. The optical path is destroyed." "You used too many big words," she said, bored. "Look, honestly, I don't know why you lug that heavy thing around anyway. It's embarrassing. It looks like something from the 90s. She pulled her phone out of her pocket. "Look at this," she said, shoving her iPhone screen in my face. It was a blurry, overfiltered photo of a salad. "My iPhone 14 takes way better pictures than your clunky box. It has portrait mode. Does your camera have portrait mode? It has an f/2.8 aperture." I yelled. "It creates real depth of field. Your phone uses an algorithm to fake it. This camera shoots 4K raw video. It shoots in the dark. It is a professional tool." "It's a brick," she countered. "And it's fragile. My phone has a case. Maybe if you bought a case instead of wasting money on, what did you call it? A G-Master? You wouldn't be crying right now. It's $6,000. I screamed. "The body is $4,000. The lens is $2,500. And your son just smashed both of them into the concrete." Amanda laughed. It was a high, mocking tinkle. "6,000? Please. You are such a liar. I saw cameras at Best Buy for $300. You're just trying to scam me because you know I got a bonus at work." "I have the receipts." I shouted. "I have the insurance appraisals. This is my livelihood, Amanda. I have a wedding to shoot on Saturday. I can't shoot a wedding on an iPhone." "Why not?" she shrugged. "The bride would probably prefer it. She could airdrop the photos instantly. You photographers are just dinosaurs trying to justify your existence. Leo did you a favor. Now you can get a modern camera. Or just use your phone like a normal person." "You are paying for this," I said, my voice dropping to a dangerous calm. "I am going to get a repair quote, and you are going to write me a check." "I am not writing you a check for a penny," she snapped. "If you leave expensive toys around children, they get broken. That is the rule of life. If you want money, go ask your insurance. That's what it's for." "Insurance covers theft and fire," I gritted out. "It fights me on negligence. And this was negligence. You watched him take it." "I watched him try to be creative," she yelled. "Come on, Leo. We are leaving. Your uncle is being toxic." Leo ran to her, happy to escape the scene of the crime. "Can we get ice cream?" "Yes, baby," Amanda cooed. "We'll get ice cream." She turned back to me one last time. "Don't bother coming to Sunday dinner. Mom doesn't need your negativity." They walked to her car. I heard the engine start. I heard them drive away to get ice cream. I sat on the patio, holding the cold, broken metal of my camera. The sensor was exposed to the wind. She thought cameras were obsolete. She thought I was a dinosaur. I pulled out my phone. I didn't call my insurance agent. I called Sony Pro Support. I needed to send this in for a repair estimate, and I needed that estimate to be on official letterhead, stamped and notarized, because I wasn't taking this to insurance. I was taking this to court. I shipped the wreckage to the Sony Pro Support Center in California the next morning. I paid $200 for overnight shipping because I needed answers fast. 3 days later, I got the email. It was grim. Lens, FE24 to 70mm GM2 beyond economical repair. The impact had bent the internal barrel and shattered the front and rear elements. It was a paperweight. Body, A7S3 mount flange sheared. Sensor assembly damaged by debris. IBIS mechanism failure. The quote for repairs and replacement parts was attached. Replacement lens, $2,498. Camera body repair, $1,800. Labor, $400. Tax, $350. Total, $5,048. I added the rental fees for the gear I had to hire for the wedding, $800, to the total. The invoice. I texted a screenshot of the official Sony quote to Amanda. "Me, here is the official damage report. Total is $5,848. Please let me know how you want to handle this." She replied instantly. "Amanda, LOL. You are insane. I'm not paying $5,000 for a camera. Go scam someone else." Blocked. And she did. She blocked my number. She blocked me on Facebook. The court case. I filed in small claims court. The limit in my state is $10,000, so I was covered. The court date was 2 months later. Amanda showed up without a lawyer, You usually can't have one in small claims. She brought printed photos from her iPhone. Your Honor, she told the judge, looking smug. My brother is a con artist. He dropped his own camera and wants me to upgrade him. Besides, look at these photos I took of Leo. They are beautiful. Nobody needs a $5,000 camera. It's frivolous spending. I walked up to the bench. I handed the judge the Sony Pro Support report. I handed him the receipt for the rental gear. I handed him the photos of the smashed lens on the patio. The judge, a stern man with reading glasses, looked at the report. The judge said to Amanda, "This is a professional repair estimate from the manufacturer. It states clearly that the damage is consistent with a high-impact drop. The plaintiff uses this equipment for his livelihood. Whether you think it is necessary is irrelevant. You are liable for the damage caused by your unsupervised child." "But it's just a hobby," she argued. "It is his profession," the judge corrected. "And you were negligent." The verdict: judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,848 plus court costs. Amanda turned white. I don't have that money. I have car payments." "Then you should have taught your son not to touch expensive equipment," the judge said. The aftermath. She didn't pay. I had to file for a wage garnishment. Every 2 weeks, I get a check for $250 taken directly from her paycheck. It will take 2 years to pay off. My parents are furious. They say I ruined the family dynamic over material possessions. I bought a new camera. I bought a new lens. And I bought a heavy-duty Pelican case with a padlock. Amanda is still paying for the camera she thought was a toy. And every time I deposit that check, I think about the iPhone versus cinema camera argument, and I smile. Quality costs money. Ignorance costs more.